Hey everyone, and welcome back to the channel. Today we're diving into one of the most famous challenges in the history of thought. Socrates claimed that the unexamined life is not worth living. We're going to explore what it means to take an authentic self-inventory and how that journey leads us from spiritual shadows into the light of Christ. Part 1, the parable of the cave and the human condition. To understand the unexamined life, we have to look at Plato's parable of the cave. Imagine prisoners chained in a dark cave since childhood, facing a wall where they see only shadows of objects carried behind them. To those prisoners, these shadows are reality because they have never seen anything else. In a spiritual context, we can view the prisoners as those living in spiritual bondage, accepting falsehoods that detour them from asking the question that leads to truth. When a prisoner is freed and climbs into the sunlight, the transition is painful and disorienting. This mirrors the journey of finding Christ. As we turn to God, we recognize that the fear of the Lord is the beginning of true wisdom. True wisdom is not found in shadows of human opinions, but in the revelation of God's word, which serves as the foundational compass for every part of our lives. Part 2, Augustine's definition of sin. We need to go deeper into why we stay in the cave. According to Augustine, sin is a fundamental corruption of our search for goodness. Augustine defines sin as seeking fulfillment from sources outside of God. All of our vices actually stem from virtues found in God, and the corruption takes place when we seek goodness outside of Him. Attempting to meet our needs through our own strength, what the Bible refers to as a trap of self-sufficiency, can lead us to be self-centered and take credit for achievements that belong to God. Part 3, the Philosopher's Toolkit for Self-Examination. How do we practically break these chains? The tools of philosophy can serve as directional posts that point people toward being equipped to answer life's biggest questions. These tools help us create a filtering system to remove ideas that have not been tested or have been influenced by other people's beliefs. Using these tools helps us identify presuppositions, the philosophical principles that lie at the foundation of all of our knowledge. Part 4, conviction, change, and humility. When we turn to God, His Spirit convicts us, prompting for deeper reflection on how our beliefs shape us. This isn't just about an intellectual study. It's about becoming all who God has called us to be. The Spirit helps us stop making excuses for behaviors that are incompatible with our worldview. By acknowledging God in the midst of challenges, we stay focused on His goodness. Socrates believed humility was the pathway to knowledge. His famous capture of this concept was found in his words, "The only true wisdom is in knowing that you know nothing." Paul the Apostle reiterates this in 1 Corinthians 3 verse 18, saying that if anyone thinks that they are wise, they should become a fool to become truly wise. This safeguards us against the arrogance that hinders our ability to grow. For me, this has meant being honest about my own behaviors, realizing that relying on my own strength is only a trap. True strength is found in dependence on God alone and allowing Him to meet our needs. 2 Corinthians 3 verse 5. We must never set up camp at the directional post during our quest for knowledge, but continue pressing forward until Jesus returns. As it says in Romans 11:33, "Oh, the depth of riches and the wisdom of knowledge of God! How unsearchable are His judgments, and how inscrutable His ways." Peace does not come from having all of the answers, but from staying connected to the one who does. Are you still looking at the shadows, or have you stepped into the light? Let me know in the comments. Thanks again for listening to another episode on Dressed in Dignity. If you haven't already, I encourage you to hit the like button and subscribe for future updates. Until then, stay blessed.